I won't be a slave.
Oh, didn't you know? Never trust the wicked. When the cards are on the table, they tell wicked lies and fables. Unable to be dropping the prophecies like we be. Flipping off through the scriptures like Exodus 15 and 3. Ooh, the Lord is a man of war. The Lord is his name. How could you think to even add much more? Or is you lacking understanding? Because these pork chop preachers be lying but still demanding. Looting money from your pockets though. But never to teach you when they reach you that the son of God's a so-called Negro. A woolly gray afro and dark. That's where we step in to tear these lies apart. Scripture after scripture. You let it rip you if you wicked. The Israelites are coming from Eastern to Pacific. Scholars are prolific with the scriptures like Solomon. All praises to the Most High that he chose us. Now we in.
Here's a little something about the hidden truth. Somebody should have told you about the hidden truth. What? You can't get away from the hidden truth cause it's real.
What's real?
It's real.
That's right.
Here's a little something about the hidden truth. Somebody should have told you about the hidden truth. What? You can't get away from the hidden truth cause it's real.
What's real?
It's real.
That's right.
As it is written, the truth is sitting inside of a simple mind of a holy nation that doesn't know that they're divine. So let us take this time to run the line on the future. Prophecy of how the devil seduced you. There's more religions than there are pigeon dung, but none of these religions can tell you where you truly come from. This message is for the ones they call minority in the USA ghettos up under Satan's authority. The vast majority of my people don't have the true knowledge and understanding of the Bible, that they're the Jews. That's why Christ and all the prophets have a dark complexion. So any foes of the facts don't have no protection. We make connection with the past with knowledge of the ever-present Bible to help my people with their suicidal tendencies, cause they tend to be led astray. We looking for that one trait, headed for the payday.
Here's a little something about the hidden truth. Come on. Somebody should have told you about the hidden truth. What? You can't get away from the hidden truth cause it's real.
What's real?
It's real.
That's right.
Here's a little something about the hidden truth. Somebody should have told you about the hidden truth.
What?
You can't get away from the hidden truth cause it's real.
What's real?
It's real.
That's right.
Shalom, brothers and sisters. Welcome to another exciting edition of The Hidden Truth. I'm your host, Priest Ahawan Mayam. Joining me today is Priest Kazakia
Shalom, brothers and sisters.
and our priest and reader, Jeremiah.
Shalom.
All right, today's topic, we're continuing our topic that we went on shortly before Christmas, the perpetual destruction of the media's, of the black and Hispanic woman by the media. All right, so they throw out this negative image of the black and Hispanic woman, and they are destroying the black and Hispanic woman in your homes by portraying them as these type of women, as loudmouth, always loudmouth. That's their place. They're supposed to order the man around. The man is supposed to kiss up to them. That they're supposed to be basically the man of the house. The scriptures had a man of the house, and now the women have become the man of the house. So we're going to continue on with that show. Now you can catch us every Saturday night at 8 o'clock p.m. on Houston Media Source. You can get on our email at hiddentruth12.com or at gmail.com. You can also get us on the web at Houston Media Source or hmstv.org. And we also have the hiddentruth12.com for our own personal website. And you can watch all these shows streaming live. And also we're on YouTube under Israelite School of Biblical History and Practical Knowledge. So you can check us out on any of those media formats. And also we have classes every Monday and Wednesday from 7 to 10 p.m., every Friday from 9 to 12 p.m., and Saturdays from 8 a.m. to 11 a.m. All right, and that's at 8524 South Braeswood Boulevard. If you need to call in, you can call us on the number that's going to show up on your screen. You can text us also, and we'll address any of your questions or comments or concerns. All right. So we're going to go ahead and get on with our show, and hopefully y'all stay tuned through the whole thing and have your Bibles ready and your notes so that you can go ahead and study and make sure all these things are true. All right. So Priest Kazaki, last time we left off with some of the images that they portray of our women.
Right.
Like women.
Right. And, I wanted to get it clear that, this topic, it's about edifying our people. Right. You know what I mean? Because all black women, all Israelite women, Mexican women, all the 12 tribes, if you could put that up there, because this is the whole focus of our show.
Right.
Our whole focus of the show is not to mock our people or to down our people,
Right.
but to really enlighten them and understand that these tribes right here, that you're the lost 12 tribes of the nation of Israel, okay? And that the things that we're going over in this specific topic is how they break us down. And, I wanted to get that clear because a lot of people don't understand that the whole point of the show from the get-go is to show you biblically how you can identify with the Bible, how this does not touch any other nation but you so-called Negroes, West Indians, Haitians, Dominicans, Puerto Ricans, everybody on this sign right here. You're the 12 lost tribes of the nation of Israel. So these things that we're going over, it's relevant to you. It has to do with you and your identity. So 2 main focuses we want y'all to understand with the point of this show is that how they negatively portray the image of the black and Hispanic woman,
Right. Okay.
right? And then also to show that these curses, this curse way of thinking, of being, it only goes back to the so-called black woman and Hispanic woman, which are the Israelites.
Right. 'Cause I've noticed
Yeah.
that when you watch TV shows and programs, they never portray the black woman as the woman you read about in the Bible. You see the woman had a head covering on in the
Right.
Bible. When Rebecca, she threw her veil on and went to go see Isaac, she took that off to go see him. And you don't see women adorned or dressed as they were back then.
Mm-hmm.
But especially when they're portraying a black or Hispanic woman.
Right.
And the women back then in the Bible, you can read and they seemed humble.
Right.
You know what I mean? And soft spoken, whereas you look at women now as they're portrayed on the media, and it
Right.
seems like it's like pushed on them to be this way.
Right.
Even if they're already naturally soft spoken or
Right.
good women, it just seems like they just push them out there like, oh, that's wrong. You got to change.
Yeah, and we
know?
got some clips on that. That's perfect, man. And this is the whole thing is that and I was talking to my daughters and actually his daughter the other day, and I was showing them about media. The word media, it comes from the Medes.
Right.
And no, excuse me. I was going into the word programming, and I was showing them that it's called a TV program because it's doing exactly what it says. It's there to program you. And if you look at all the images that we're gonna show up, and you look at all the media we're gonna show, it's programming the kids, it's programming the women to think in these ways.
Right.
And that's why it's called the program. And if you're not conscious spiritually with the wisdom of the knowledge of the Most High in Christ, then all these images, all this thought process, when you get, when you look at the image that we show of girls twerking and showing their butt, and the images of these so-called independent women in the media, then if you're weak-minded, that programs you.
Right.
It programs you to start thinking like that, feeling like that, and like I was showing them, dressing like them. Now you want to live up to their standards. This is what you want to live up to. You want to be that. This is what sensual and sexy is. And perfect timing on that, Tawada. This is what sensual and sexy is. And these are some images we showed last week. But it's showing you this is what you live up to.
So this is Megan Good. She's a pretty prominent actress.
Right.
She's also married to a minister.
Right.
And here she doesn't look like a minister's wife. Just from what I can see on the images you're showing here. So it's just interesting that these are what they're portraying as. Okay, now this is a good woman.
This is a good woman.
Even down to her last name. This is Megan Good, but you're gonna portray her like this, and then in the same vein.
Yeah.
I think I've seen this that last image with the article, and she came with her husband, who was a minister, and they made a point to say that.
Right.
So that's really interesting how they're pushing that out there.
And that's the whole point is that, and we're definitely going to go into that topic too, about this new doctrine in this fake ass Christianity, that how they try to straight out disannul what the scriptures are saying. So really quick, let's go back to 1 Corinthians 11:1, and just to nail in the point of what they're trying to do. Read that 1 Corinthians 11:1 really quick.
1 Corinthians 11:1.
Uh-huh.
Be ye followers of me,
Uh-huh.
even as I also am of Christ. And now I beseech you, brethren, that ye remember me in all things, and keep the ordinances as I deliver them to you.
Right, so the ordinances, and this is what we have to go back and understand. You know, this stuff is not rocket science. You know what I mean? Brothers and sisters, this is easy. Paul said he delivered the ordinances because the Most High instilled in him the Holy Spirit, and in that he was edifying and teaching us. What is the order of things? Go ahead.
But I would have you know that the head of every man is Christ.
And this is the whole point of the media. This is the whole point of the programs, the programming, the TV shows. What do they call them?
Oh yeah, programs and series.
Yeah, but they call them the series, but they call them the real
Talk shows.
Not talk shows too.
Reality.
The reality shows.
Right. Because they're portraying it as, oh, this is reality.
This is reality.
This is really happening.
And you know what? Truthfully, it is reality. Because like the Most High said in Hosea 4:6, my people are destroyed for lack of knowledge. So what you're doing is you're getting a destroyed image.
Right.
You understand? We're gonna go there too. Finish reading this, because this is the point of what this is the whole point of this system. This corrupt, demonic system is to destroy the true image of how a woman should be, how a man should be, how a child should be, so they can come up under this Babylonian custom, where you're just half tranny, you're just unisexual, you sleep with anything and anybody. And there was this young girl, she said, I'm pansexual. Yeah, I don't look at sex, and I don't look at... And that's the thing, that now I'll sleep with a guy, I'll sleep with a girl, I'll sleep with a dog, I'll sleep with my dildo. There's no structure. So that's the point, is to break down what we're reading. This structure, read.
That the head of every man is Christ.
Right. So we're going to go into that, to break that down. The head. No, the man no longer looks to Christ. He looks to money. He looks to money and ways to please the women. He's not looking to Christ. And that's going to be our next show. Go ahead.
And the head of the woman is the man.
Right. So this is the whole point, is to break this bond in unity. See, and these religions don't help, because like you said, they're going on, and now you got the pastors of Hollywood, or the queer pastors of Hollywood coming out. They're all feminized.
Right.
And it's all about money. They're destroying the image of what a pastor is or teacher is.
Right, and it's interesting that you brought up that because way back you would watch TV and it would say it was a television show. So they were showing you something through your vision, television. And now it seems like they've changed that over to where it's programming now. And that it's just like a computer. It's going to do what you put into it. And it's exactly right. When you look at society, it seems like, the young men, they try to do what they see on TV.
Yep.
I remember when I was coming up, people were getting shot over starter jackets, because on TV, that's what was the hot thing, is to wear a starter jacket with the Raiders on it or something like that. So in order for you to be hard, you had to have that jacket.
And you know what the funny thing about that is, that our people, man, we're so destroyed for the knowledge of the Most High that's the only thing that drives us and we thrive for, is the money, is to look like throw some of those images up there. Rihanna, to look like Megan Good, to look like, throw that one up of this chick, the bag of meat in her skimpy outfit. What's her name? Tamar Braxton. This chick looks like, it's terrible, man. This is the image. Look at this. Look at this. You got to be ashamed of yourself, man. You understand? But they have no shame. We're going to go back into that. And one of the scriptures I am going to pull from last show is Isaiah 3rd chapter. But before we finish this one up. But look at this young. Now she's from the tribe of Issachar. She's Mexican.
Right.
Okay.
Selena Gomez.
Yeah, Selena Gomez.
She's usually portrayed as this wholesome,
right,
kind of all Mexican American girl.
Right.
And there they've turned her into a prostitute, it looks like.
Right. Yeah, and this is what they want to aspire to.
Right.
This is what the Israelites, you black and Hispanic women, want to aspire to. But little did you know, this is what is taking you out the knowledge of the Most High. You want to be this, you can't be this. You can't be this. Why? Because you got to have a lifestyle. Leave that right there. You have to be chemically filtered with Photoshop. You understand? And that's what they're doing. They're cutting themselves up. Don't you know all these chicks do not look like this? They do not look like this. This is Photoshop at its best.
Right, I've seen the show, and as you know, this is nice in a still frame, but as they keep moving around, you see the layers of makeup on them, and,
right?
And you know, all that comes to light.
Right.
You don't see that in reality. And the problem is, you see women doing this when you're walking around. You know, you see them in the streets, and they're all made up just like this, and you can see all the flaws and all the fakeness because they think they're looking like this.
Right.
You know, but they're not just standing still. You're moving around. You're walking, and that little dress, that little tight dress, is gonna come up, and the cleavage you're gonna have to keep pulling that up because that's gonna come down. This is not reality, but they like you said, they programmed us. They programmed us to say this is reality. Women walk around in $5,000 Dolce & Gabbana dresses all day, and with all their jewelry on all day long, and they're always made up, and they're always like this, you know, and that's reality. And as they program you, it seems like that's what they're making you do. You know,
this is the standard. This is the way.
Right.
And the whole thing is to take you out of the scriptures, to take you out of the knowledge of the Most High, from seeking the Most High, because this is what they call freedom. Yeah. See, you're free to be a whore. You know what I'm saying? And that's where we have to go back to the scriptures and understand their whole point is to break this image. It said the head of every man is Christ. The head of, go ahead, read on.
And the head of the woman is the man.
Right, and that's the point, to break the family structure, to have you running around looking like a harlot, looking like a whore. So this is what the Most High is showing us, that when you go to the scriptures, is this the custom of the scriptures?
And you know, as we're showing these images, I was thinking something else, that you hardly see the so-called white women, the so-called, you know, upper crust of, you know, the Asian woman portrayed like this. You know, unless they're in the music industry, and you know what the music industry does. But generally, this is the image on the left of the woman they want to see, of the black Hispanic woman. They want to see her breasts out, her skin showing from every angle. And on the right side is usually what you see them portray the so-called white woman, or the Asians, or you know, these other nations that are outside of those 12 tribes, that they usually put them out there as well dressed and, you know, all covered up. You know, you don't see Martha Stewart running around like this, or you know, they don't generally portray most of their women to look like what you see on the left here.
Right. Yeah, let's try to go through a few of these. Go to Ecclesiastes 26 verse 9 real quick. And you know what? Keep those images up, because it's going to go right with the scriptures. Read that.
Ecclesiastes 26 verse 9. The whoredom of a woman.
The what?
The whoredom of a woman.
That means when you can understand what a whore is, read.
The whoredom of a woman may be known in her haughty looks.
In her what?
Haughty looks.
So this is what they want you. Remember, two things I want you to understand here. The Bible is telling you that a whore looks like this, haughty. She's proud. That's why we're going to go to Ephesians 2 to show you the contrast of how it says a woman should dress. Go get that for me while we're going through this. But read it again while they got it on our little Rihanna right here. Look at little innocent Riri in the corner, right?
The whoredom of a woman.
The what?
The whoredom of a woman.
What is the job of this system? Is to make our women, the black women, the Hispanic women, you Israelite women, into what?
Whores. The whoredom of a woman may be known in her haughty looks.
And this is what they want to do. They want to strip the innocence from you black women, you Hispanic women. Read.
And her eyelids.
And make you to look, to feel like a whore. Why? Because now this is the problem with our people. You got all this media, you got this portrayal of the media and talk shows and all these series putting in your mind on what a black woman should be. Then you're being loud, you're being obnoxious, you're being stubborn, you're wearing the fake hair, and guess what? you're at home alone. Because why? You're listening to what everything the media is saying, TV is saying, instead of what the knowledge of the Most High is saying. So read that, finish that up.
The whoredom of a woman may be known in her haughty looks and eyelids.
Read.
If thy daughter be shameless, keep her straightly.
It says what?
Keep her straightly.
Now, go back. I want you to show you, check this out, brothers and sisters. We are in Ecclesiasticus, in the Apocrypha. What chapter?
26, verse 9.
In what verse?
We are in verse 10.
Okay, so it says, if you have a daughter that's what?
If thy daughter be shameless.
If you have a daughter, a woman that is shameless. Now, when you look up that word, it says bold, brazen, it says haughty. You got a lot of our people, they're shameless. No. They don't have no shame. So what is the whole point? Is to strip you of the true purity, to strip the family, to strip the household. So the daughters can look up to the parents and say, I want to be just like that. So what are they doing? They looking like, they want to be like, who's this again? J-Ho. They want to look like, go back to the bag of meat in the clothes, Tamar Braxton, because they disgust me. Then I want you to get me the video, the one that says shameless on there. Because when you look at the Braxtons, and you know what, I actually used to like Toni Braxton. When she portrayed herself, she was a little wholesome until you got after the 90s. Right. And then she started dressing like a hooker. But look at her sisters, man. Her sisters are, oh my God. This is what you black women are going to follow. This is what our daughters are going to look like. And we don't understand the difference between TV, man. Our people don't understand. Now, I never understood why people would say, oh, music and TV don't harm people. Yes, it's programming you. So it is the way they set it up. Excuse me. Now, I want you to get me the video of her other sister.
Now, if I can ask this question, why, what is the goal in them pushing these type of images to like you said, to our people?
Yeah.
Well, what's the main goal of that?
Well, first of all, the first thing is the reason why it's happening. The goal is to break us down. Break us down as a people, to make us feel like that scum. Because now you got all this makeup on, you got all this short dress on, you went and slept with 5 or 6 guys, right? You understand? And by the time you do get married, you don't have nothing to offer your husband, right? Because you done slept with everybody. And that's the Israelite woman. Put the tribes up there because we want to get it straight. This ain't just the black woman. Let's get it right. This is the black woman, the Mexican woman, the Hispanic. Because a lot of Chicanos and Latinos, they do the same thing. Baby, go out there, give him some poontang for money. Like, does he got money? Does the nigga got money? Then go ahead and you're good. So sell your body for money. So it's to break, really psychologically break you down. Because after you gave yourself for the money, after you hoard yourself out and you go home, you got to look at yourself in the mirror.
That's funny you said that because when you do go to like the Hispanic stations, they're all skimpy skirts.
Same thing. It's no different. So when we're talking about tribes, so-called Negroes, West Indians, Haitians, we're talking about all the Israelites. Once again, I want to nail it in your head to understand. The whole point of this show is to show you who is this happening to. The so-called Jews that stole your identity. You know why I got to say that? Because they forget that, wait a minute, how is this relevant to the black and Hispanic women? Because it's only you. It's only you being whored out and mocked and laughed at with the fake hair, with your butt hanging out. They called Rihanna in France and Italy a whore. You know what I mean? And then look at Beyonce now, she's in skimpy clothes. So all nations, and we're going to go into that. That's why I'm trying to get a few of these scriptures out. Play the video for me really quick, and then we'll go get some more scriptures. Now, I don't know, could they hear me? as we're talking?
decided, why
Okay.
not?
Now, if you're looking at
Body is
here,
hot,
look at this
feel
haughty.
fabulous,
Look at her
and let's
attitude.
my party.
Her neck won't
40th
stop.
Her neck is gonna pop off her head. We don't even look at how she's walking in. This is the character of the black woman, the Hispanic woman. They want to make you this.
Wow.
They want to make our children this.
They're clapping.
They're clapping. It says a whoredom, the whoredom of a what?
The whoredom of a woman may be known in her haughty looks and eyelids.
Right, read on.
If thy daughter be shameless,
This woman is what?
shameless.
This woman needs, her daddy was supposed to whoop her ass. This woman is shameless. And she's making all the young little sisters that's running around in the mall, Latinos, Judah, all the tribes, running around the mall, skimpy outfits, hanging around with the wrong couple, getting banged in the bathroom.
And I know this woman is in her 40s, I believe, or 50s.
Yeah, she's supposed to be an example. But you know what? You know what this goes into? Money, they will do anything. And that's why they got the black man and the black woman. Boy, you got the money, you go and sell yourself out for it.
Right. Well, I mean, does
And,
that seem targeted
should.
at that older woman that's
Yeah.
supposed to be guiding the home at that age?
There you go.
And raising the children at this age? You know, does it seem to you like that's aimed specifically at those type of women?
Absolutely. Like when the scriptures say, go to the gates.
Right.
When you went to the gates, you went to the elders because the elders were going to keep the standard.
Right.
So what is the point? The point is to break down the black woman, the older women, the older men,
Right.
and then give the children that image, you know, and then create, now that they're broke down, that structure's broke down, let's create our own image. And this is what is going on with our people, man, the Israelite women, the Hispanic women, the black women. The image of us is being dragged through the mud. So, you know, I want you to finish up the shameless one.
Sure.
And go ahead, read that.
If thy daughter be shameless, keep her in straightly.
Right, the Bible is giving you the commandment on how to deal with a shameless woman, a woman that's loud, haughty, brazen, bold. You see her neck couldn't stop moving, right?
Right.
What man is she going to keep at home? How many husbands is she going to go through? Oh, and here, this is when we go into the lesbian thing. Hold on that. Hold off on the lesbian thing.
Well, just on your question, it seemed like that the kind of man that she would keep in the house would be a man that would be submissive to that.
There you go.
And that he would like basically not have to put his foot down.
And when you
seem lazy.
You know, it's perfect. It's perfect you're bringing that out, Ike, because when you look at all these, I keep forgetting the name, the Real series, the
Real Housewives.
Housewives, the Atlanta. You know what they do? They put the weakest man there.
Right.
The weakest man.
Yeah.
But you know what? What we're realizing, it's not just a series.
Right.
This is how our people have learned. This is how our people have learned, just to be just like this. Right. Read on. Let's try to get a few more of these out really quick.
If thy daughter be shameless, keep her in straightly.
Read.
Lest she abuse herself through overmuch liberty.
Brothers and sisters, if this
like
ain't talking about the Israelite woman, the true Israelite, you understand? You tell us. What women do this? I went in, I think I almost said it no, I didn't say it, but I went in and I was reading a blog about this. And there was one white man, he went off, but everything was true. He was like, this is why no man wants to deal with the black woman. But little did you know, this is what they made you. We got to come back to the beautiful women. Stop. That center one's not even a woman, right? Huh?
It might be. They look manly now.
Go ahead, read on in the scripture.
Well, I mean, that if you can read that again, because there was some words in there that really describe these pictures. But read that scripture again.
If thy daughter be shameless,
right,
keep her in straightly.
Okay.
Lest she abuse herself.
And these women, they look like they've abused themselves. They look like what did it go on to say? Through what?
Through overmuch liberty.
There you go.
It looked like they got in the land of the free.
Yeah.
And everybody's okay with them. Big girls are beautiful, and they look like they just
Yeah.
abuse the liberty of just eating a lot and
Yeah.
never working out.
Yeah.
And
They never understood why the mom was beating their ass in the grocery store.
right,
They took that for granted.
right.
You know, and that's where a child, a shameless daughter, a shameless woman is going to do.
Right. Because these women will never grow up to be Big Mama or the one that teaches, all the
No.
neighborhood and keeps all the neighborhood
No,
kids
Big
in
Mama's
order.
gone.
Yeah,
Big Mama is 23 years old, and
yeah, I can't imagine the old lady on the block that you used to go, get wisdom from, looking like this,
Right.
with the orange wig on and her breast under her chin and exposed and everything.
Listen, if you're not the true chosen, you're trying to tell me, hold on a second. You're trying to tell me when it comes, let's go back to Isaiah 3. We got to go there quick. Isaiah 3, verse 16. And let's touch on a few more of those real quick.
Yeah.
And let's try to get a little more scriptures. There's so much we can go over on this. We'll be talking, but there's so many scriptures. So excuse us for talking so much. We want to get some scriptures out. Go ahead.
Isaiah 3 verse 16.
Read.
Moreover, the Lord saith, because the daughters of Zion are haughty.
Shameless. That you look up shameless. This word haughty is in there. Brazen, bold, right? Go ahead.
And walk stretched forth necks, and wanting eyes.
Read.
Winking and mincing as they go.
Read.
And making a twinkling with their feet.
Because it's all about the physical appearance. I want to dress like a whore. Go ahead and put those images back up. Go ahead.
Therefore the Lord will smite with a scab the crown of the heads of the daughters of Zion.
Now you tell me, when it says smite the scab of the crown of the head, you tell me that that's talking about these Jewish women. These Jewish women got real hair. That's why, see, this is not a mockery. This is to wake you up, to show you this Bible is speaking to you, black men, black women, black children, you Mexican women, you Mexican children, all you Israelites. This Bible is talking about you. There ain't no so-called Jews that got problem with wearing weaves. They do that for fun, but they don't have to do that. Then you got like Rihanna. She have long hair. Remember when Rihanna came out? She had long, nice hair.
Right.
She cut it and she looks like a damn heathen now, and she can't grow that hair back.
Yeah.
Tell me this ain't talking about the Israelite children. You Israelites, you so-called Negro. This is how we know this Bible's talking to the so-called black man. Read.
Therefore the Lord will smite with a scab.
Read.
The crown of the heads of the daughters of Zion.
Read on.
And the Lord will discover their secret parts.
Read.
In that day the Lord will take away thy bravery.
Right. Now, it says the Lord will discover thy secret parts. It goes back to those shameless images. Now, we're looking at where it says the scab. That's why you got to wear the fake hair, because the Most High stripped you of your beauty. Don't you know the Most High said if baldness is a shame. So now he stripped you of your hair. Then he said, now you're shameless, right? What else? What was a specific curse on the black woman? Read on.
And take away the bravery and the twinkling ornaments about thy feet.
Right, because what he did is he took away your beauty, but our people are so damn cocky. Put the ones with the nets back on. No, take it off them. This is what the Most High is saying. Read that last thing again.
And take away thy bravery.
See, he took away our people's bravery as women to have their hair, and he made you a mockery. Our nation is mocked. This is disgusting. And we're not all like this.
I can't picture
just
giving
90%
a job. I couldn't picture hiring one of these women or putting them in responsibility over anything.
Lamentations 2 verse 15 really quick. And this is one of the points I wanted to get. I know we got a caller. How about this? You want to take one?
Oh yeah, we'll take the caller.
We'll take the caller. It got to be quick though. Caller, you're on the air.
How you doing, brother?
We can't hear him in here. Go ahead.
How you doing? I was calling to ask you, what can we do as a people to wake our people up, to get this truth out there?
Okay, that's your question, brother?
Yes, sir.
Okay, brother. We're gonna answer that question. Thank you for being quick also. Well, this is part of it. Part of it is to wake our people up. we got to enlighten them, first of all, to show them, no, you're not African. Because I see this Afrocentristic Egyptian madness coming out.
Right, right.
You go back, your ancestry go back to the Bible, your history go back to the scriptures. But the religions have not told you any of that. So this is the beginning that we got to wake up to the truth. We got to wake up to the Bible that it does identify with you. Okay, that's the first step. Then at the second step is uniting and unifying. Because if we don't have no unity, we're not going to be able to practice how to have long suffering, patience, forgiveness. You know, I've known these brothers for 12 years. They were strangers 12 years ago. But these brothers, they got taught the word, and we all work as, like I was saying the other day, closer than my regular family, my real family. So, because we have something in common, which is this true spirit in Christ. And I'm not talking about church one day a week. We're talking about coming together as a nation. We got our own schooling for the kids. There's no government that gives us money. Truthfully, there's nobody that really gives us tights or alms because we know how hard it is on our people. So it's coming together and starting our own businesses, our own economy, you know what I mean, for our own kids, taking them out of these schools, especially here in Texas. You don't have to put your kids in these schools and have them wiggling their butt and dancing and having some crazy-ass 3 or 4-year-old hit on them or beat on them.
Or even worse, the teachers start
or the
trying to
teachers
touch
molest them.
Right.
So those are the beginning steps as we are increasing and changing ourselves. You know, that's when it gets really deep. When we get in this Bible and do like the scriptures say, Ephesians 5:26, Colossians 3:9, which is to put off the old man and put on the new man, which is renewed in knowledge in the spirit of the Most High. So, you know, I know that's a bunch. You know, we rush because we only got an hour, but that's a lot. But we have classes. There's a lot of Israelite brothers out there doing some great work. Also on the internet, we're local here in Houston also too. So just to answer your question, brother. All right, he's not there anymore. So just to answer that question,
Right.
you know, so let's go right back into it. Try to get out some more, or else we're going to be rushing. Lamentations 2.
Lamentations 2 verse 1.
Uh-huh.
How has the Lord...
Listen, let me say this. We rush, we only got an hour. You know, if brothers and sisters want to help us out and change that, you know, you can always help us out by, we need a better camera. You know what I mean? You don't have to give us the money. We know how funny Israel gets when it comes to money. You know, we need a better camera to do our classes at the school so we can post on YouTube. You know what I mean? But when we're doing it live here in the studio, it's an hour, so we got to, like, get a lot in 1 hour, and it's not enough, you know, until, you know, and this is how the Most High got it, because it ain't for everybody. It ain't about us going on, you know, CNN and, you know what I mean? It's about the brothers and sisters that's hurting in the ghettos and slums, man, that really are trying to wake up. It's not about the masses. The Most High said, let the multitude perish because they're born in vain. Read where we at.
Lamentations 2 verse 15.
Read.
All that pass by clap their hands at thee.
Right, so as these images were showing, the Most High said that all the nations, this was the point, that they that they clap their hands at the,
Right.
Look at these niggas.
Right.
Look at these spicks, these wet bags. You're never going to be nothing. Huh? They laugh at us. Read.
They hiss.
They what?
They hiss.
They do what?
They hiss.
Read.
And wag their head.
They do what?
And wag their head.
Tell me they're doing that to the Jewish women. Tell me they're doing that to the so-called Jewish men. This Bible ain't got nothing to do with them. The Most High said in Revelation 2:9, I have heard the blasphemy of them that call themselves Jews but are not. These curses only fit one people. Two things we're trying to show you, that it is a cursed mentality, but you don't have to stay there. Christ said when you know the truth, and the truth shall make you free. You understand? This cursed mind is because we rejected the Most High, we rejected the knowledge of the Most High. And you choose the media, you choose this system, you choose this kingdom instead of the word of the Most High. So it will be continually perpetual through our children and generation. Stupidity is passed down. So read on.
They hiss and wag their head at the daughters of Jerusalem.
Read.
Saying, is this the city that men call the perfection of beauty?
Tell me they do that to the Jewish woman. Tell me they do that to the Jewish man. No, they look at the black woman and they say, yeah, right. They laugh at us. This guy in this blog went off. He said that's why no nation likes the black woman. This was a white dude. He was like, your fake hair, your fake body, your fake, he just went off. And I think he was with a black woman, but she left him. You know what I mean? But this is what the nations do. They hiss, they wag their head and say, ha ha, you niggas really think you're God's chosen people? He said, this is why they call us monkeys. This is why they call us wetbags. Why? Because we want to be like everybody on TV and dance around like whores. And then our children grow up and be the same way. Because why? We're living the American dream. I can do what I want. And that's the mentality. Do what you want. Do what you feel. Don't let nobody judge you. Well, the scriptures say the saints of the Most High shall judge the world. We're going to judge angels. So is it a small thing to show our people that we are going out of the way of the Most High? No, it's not, brothers and sisters. This way is not the way. The way the media betrays us, we don't have to go in that way. Read.
And the joy of the whole earth?
It said we were what?
The joy of the whole earth?
It said, brothers and sisters, we were supposed to be the joy of the whole earth. That when nations looked at us, they said, these are wise and understanding people.
I remember reading in the scriptures and around Genesis, I think, there was a whole nation of men that circumcised themselves just so that they would be able to deal with Israelite women.
There you go.
And I, just looking at those images, I could.
You're talking about during Genesis when they wanted to marry in, they wanted to mess with Dinah.
Right.
The tribe's, sister.
Right. Yeah, Jacob's daughter. Right.
Yeah, there you go.
So, these women that they're showing on the images don't seem like the type of women that men would fall all over themselves for, much less circumcise themselves for as grown men. You know, and so it looks like we've fallen a long way.
Right. Read on.
All thy enemies have opened their mouth against thee.
Read.
They have hissed and gnashed the teeth.
Read.
They say, we have swallowed her up.
And you know what they do? They look at us, brothers and sisters, and they say, we did our job. The black man, and we're going to go into that next show. They destroyed the black man, the image of a man. They destroyed the mother. Like you said, where's Big Mama at? She's 33. She's getting high. You know what I mean? She's on the internet. Why? Because Rihanna, every time you see her, she's smoking weed, getting high, twerking. So all the little kids want to be like that.
Right.
You understand?
Yeah.
So this is what you have. Us having a business in the mall, all you see is like 16, 17-year-olds put on their, because the parents ain't really teaching them and teaching their mind. They go to the mall and switch their clothes and now dress like little hookers. You don't know if they're 17 or 25.
So we know the problem. What would you say is the solution for the black and Hispanic woman to pull themselves out of this condition?
Revelations 18:4, real quick. And then, because we're not finished. We're not finished. Revelations
18 verse 4.
Right, and then Romans 12:2, read.
And I heard another voice from heaven saying, come out of her, my people.
Wait a minute, do we have to pack our bags?
Come out of her, my people.
It's gonna give us a little more edification as we read down. Read.
That ye be not partakers of her sin.
Right, it's not saying we got to pack our bags.
Okay, so we're not having a big exodus from.
No, we're not having a big exodus because that would the whole being delivered out to Babylon as it's being destroyed would not even play. All those scriptures wouldn't come into play. So it's not about us packing our bags and going back to Israel.
Right.
It's not, because the heathen possess our land. The Bible tells us that.
Right.
It's about coming out of the way of the sins, joining in hand, and unifying and with their mentality, their ideology, their doctrines, the live by any means necessary mentality. Like I will shit on my people for money. I don't care. I'll kill you. I'll stab you. I'll shoot you. Nigga, I don't care. I got to get paid.
Right.
We got to come out of that mentality. Read. It says, go ahead.
That ye be not partakers of her sin.
Read.
And that you receive not of her plagues.
Because the plagues we reap what we sow. We are filled with this mentality, this mind state, and the plagues continually come on us, which is ignorance, stupidity, and darkness. You know what I mean? Until the final plague comes, which is eventually destruction. Okay. Right? So, and then go Romans 12 and 2.
Romans 12 verse 2.
Good question. How do we change it? Read.
And be not conformed to this world.
There you go. Once again, coming out of her. Okay. We can't be conformed to this mentality. Right. You know what I mean? And understand that psychologically, you can go into the scriptures and fix your mind state. Right. You know, if you were abused, that don't mean you got to continually be abused. Right. You know, we were talking about that the other day. How is it that a woman was molested by a person, now they feel like they got to go sleep around with 7 more men? Right, right. Like 8 more men, and to fulfill that, it kind of doesn't make sense. It defeats the abused purpose. Right, right. Right? Or, you know, not that it's a purpose, but that abused situation.
It doesn't get them out of that mentality of I was a victim,
right,
to stay being a victim or to keep reenacting that.
Exactly.
I understand that.
Exactly. So it said what?
Be not conformed to this world.
Read.
But be ye transformed.
Be what?
Be ye transformed.
And this is what the religions ain't telling us. They're coming and telling you what? Oh, come as you are. Right. You're fine. You know what I mean? You smoke weed, get high. Oh, by the way, we still eat pork, shrimp, crab, lobster. Right. You can go ahead and destroy yourself mentally, physically, and everything. All you got to do is come one day a week and drop your tights, and Jesus loves you. Right, right. Okay. It's not about changing.
I've heard that a lot from the churches. It's always, don't judge me. Or,
right. Yeah, you get that from everybody that's in these fake, phony religions. Yeah. You're judging me. The scriptures say, if you can't judge the smallest matters.
Right, like putting your clothes on.
Yeah, and I've said this 100 times on this just cable show alone, but the thing is that judgment, the judgment or the condemnation is talking about in Matthew 7 and 1, judge that ye be not judged. It's telling you about the condemnation. Okay. Like if I condemn you to say, no, you're not going to make it, you're not worthy. As opposed to the analytical assessment of an individual, how they're out of the way of Christ. That's two different things. It's from you running across the street and finna get hit by a car. You know what I mean?
So you are supposed to correct a woman when you see her dressed like this.
Absolutely. You're supposed
tell our nation.
Or let's use a better word so it won't hurt their feelings. Enlighten.
Okay.
Wake up.
Right.
You know what I mean? Bring to Jesus.
Right. Okay.
You know what I mean? So, you know, this is the thing that we have to understand, that the transformation from this mind has to come. You know what I mean? Go ahead. You got something else?
Oh, no.
Proverbs 9, verse 13. Proverbs 9, verse 13. And then we're going to play one more clip since we got a few more minutes left. Read.
9, verse 13.
Uh-huh.
A foolish woman is clamorous.
Read.
She is simple.
See, and it goes into a foolish woman is clamorous. She is loud. Now, I want you to play that the second to the last clip I was telling you. And this is once again. And I'm gonna answer this text because I like this text. Go ahead and play that video. Play that video, and then I'll answer this. The second one to the bottom. Okay. You don't got it up? Okay.
Quick comment.
Okay, because the sister, or excuse me, I don't know who it is, Shalom Brothers, the reason the women refuse to follow is because a man has failed to lead. You are absolutely right.
And that goes into the next show.
That goes into the next show, because we're not gonna be like, oh, it's all about men and we got it right. No, it's their fault first.
So sisters, stay tuned next week, because that's where we go into your comment there. That yes, it is the men.
That's the interview.
No, not that one. The one before. The one y'all played. It's fine. Go ahead and as we get it, the one you played about.
Nia Long.
No, not Leah Long. It's the second one to the bottom. But just on this point, absolutely. You are totally correct, whether you're a man or a woman or whatever that text us. Yeah, that's the one I want you to play. Play that one again, because this is what, read the scripture again as it's playing. Y'all don't have to play the volume.
This is Proverbs 9, verse 13.
Read that.
A foolish woman is clamorous.
She's what?
Clamorous.
She is what?
Clamorous.
What did they teach the woman to be, the black woman, the Hispanic woman? They taught her to be what?
Clamorous.
Now, when you look up the word clamorous, brothers and sisters, you know what that says? It says making a loud and confused noise. They taught the black woman how to be loud, disrespectful, disobedient, and out of order.
And I've noticed that also in the Hispanic houses that the woman, she'll just kind of rant.
Oh,
and
yeah.
The husband is there to just listen and then go obey.
Right.
And it's an image that they've pushed. You know,
Yeah.
you watch that in Telemundo and
Right.
things like that. And it spreads from those, you know, Mexican, South American
Yeah.
countries. And as they come here, they become Americanized and it gets worse.
Right.
Because they see the black woman, she's the take charge and rant.
Right.
You know?
Just like the clip we just played, the one they made a mistake and put on.
Right, right.
That's she's Puerto Rican, so she's Hispanic.
Right.
You know what I mean? Even though she looks Negro, but she's Hispanic.
Right.
But it's that same thing, that same mouth, that disrespect, that no regard, that, you know, she's talking about getting banged in the butt and doing all kind of filthiness.
Wow.
And it goes deep. She's a beast. She's an animal, man. But the thing is this. Go ahead and play it. Go ahead and play that. Right. Right. You know why this is perfect? You know why this is perfect, Ak? Because it shows you. That right there shows you. Now I want y'all to play our other one, the independent woman.
And what was crazy to me about that was that the man actually tried to impress her. He still stayed there and tried to impress that loud woman.
She did what the white man and what this system showed her to do.
Right.
Which is what? I got more money.
Right.
I don't need you.
Right.
I got money. I got my vibrator.
Right.
I don't need a man. And that's how these young black sisters are.
Now,
They're like,
on that show, isn't she with some man and
it's
famous or something like that?
It's hard to watch those shows. They give you a headache, so I didn't watch all of them. But go ahead, put this on really quick.
That's me. I can't help it.
And I love who you are. I mean, believe me, your whole strong, independent Olivia Pope thing is very sexy, but sometimes you act like you don't need me.
I don't.
And there it is. That's what they put in the black woman's mind. You don't need a man.
Right.
Yeah, we know the situation there with the white dude is funny, but the point is this, that they put in the black woman's mind, you do not need a man.
Right.
Now, how the heck are you going to establish a household, a family, without a husband? And why are our children, and we want to go into all these different things. There's so much you can go in on this topic, but why are our families in disarray? Because that mentality. I don't need a man. So this goes back into the shameless woman, that shameless, loud, disrespectful woman, the one that doesn't have real hair. This is all the custom that the image of this system is portrayed, because they know these are the things that the Bible said would be the curses.
Right.
But once again, I'm glad you said it. How do we get out of these curses? Because we don't got to be subject to these curses.
Right.
We got to change our mind. We got to change our attitude and our mentality.
Right.
What you got?
I just had a comment. Is
Yeah.
when you look at these images and like how y'all saying how the women are real boisterous.
Yeah.
It brings to mind, as the Most High said, He hated a poor man that is prideful.
Right.
Even though they have money, or whatever, but they're like you said, they're fat. That chick was fat and everything, but they still walk around with so much pride.
Mm-hmm.
And they just
And this is the image. That's the importance of it.
How you gonna be prideful with fake hair? How you gonna be prideful when you weigh more more than a linebacker?
And you know, we talked about this too. We got about a few minutes left, but we talked about this earlier too. Is that the problem is the reason why they dress like that is because you got our brothers, man, that don't know how to treat a woman.
Right.
They don't know how to deal with a woman. They don't know how to teach a woman. The only thing they know about is about poontang and money, because that's what rappers promote. Right. That's what this system promote. Right. And even the guy with the suit, what is he doing? It's about money.
He's doing it to bring it home to her.
But his goal is about the money.
Right.
It ain't about teaching my family, giving them wisdom, bringing them out of this filthy education. Right. It's about what? Keeping the woman the whore.
Right.
You understand? And that's why they promote it on rap videos, music. And like I said, that's going to be our next show. We're going to deal with the men on the next show because the men definitely ain't going to get away. Well, if we don't get the brothers together,
Right.
we don't get the men together first, then the women and the children ain't going to follow. And that's what we have to work on. But it happened to be that we did this show first. Where are you at right here, brother?
This is Jeremiah 31, verse 22.
Uh-huh.
How long wilt thou go about, O thou backsliding daughter?
Mm-hmm.
For the Lord hath created a new thing in the earth,
Right.
that a woman shall compass a man.
Right, and I think there's we put another scripture in Isaiah like that last show. It's to show that this is what the whole point was to bring the woman up over the man, to destroy that image of the man.
Got it right here.
Right, I know, to destroy that image of the man, and to show that money's your God. And that's what those clips was about.
So it's almost a military tactic. That it's like what they call the domino effect. If
Absolutely.
we attack this, then the whole system will crash. So what they've been doing in essence is they are attacking the woman, what the scriptures will call her the weak link almost,
Right.
the weaker vessel,
There you go.
as they say, and they have attacked that, and so that the whole system falls.
Right.
Children don't get raised up right, and then the man he finds himself having to be, trying to juggle that woman and make sure she doesn't fall
Right.
as the weaker vessel.
Right.
And in doing that, he without knowledge, he's having to cater to her.
There you go.
Instead of him being a strong support and just putting her back up.
Right.
And setting her in her place.
Right.
He's basically sat there trying to juggle her and make sure she's fine.
What's powerful is that it goes back to Hosea 4 and 6. If you can grab that for me really quick.
Sure.
Somebody grab that Hosea 4 and 6 because the whole point is that now everything you just explained, right? But now they do it on another fold by keeping you away from the Bible.
Right.
Because they're telling the black man out there, they're saying, oh, that ain't your book.
Right.
When the whole point of this show, it wasn't just to show that the black woman got issues, but it was to show that everything that it says in the Bible identifies you.
Right.
Identifies the Israelite man, the black woman, the Hispanic woman, right?
Yeah.
So read that. Read.
Hosea 4, verse 6.
Uh-huh.
My people are destroyed for lack of knowledge.
Why? Read.
Because thou hast rejected knowledge.
Because what?
Because thou hast rejected knowledge.
Why are we in this condition?
Because thou hast rejected knowledge.
They want to look into quasars, the Anunnaki, they want to look into the Illuminati, the Egyptology. Did you not know the basic instruction before leaving the earth has been here before that? These basic concepts, how to deal with yourself, psychological, spiritual, mental, physical. You got stress, you got issues, you got money problems, but you don't know how to deal with none of them because Pastor Give Me More Money doesn't care about none of that. But little did you know that the solution was right here. The solution was right in the scriptures. You know what I mean? I look at brothers and sisters, because we still go through it, but I'm like, you're in a stressful situation because you're not applying this wisdom.
Now, would you say that wisdom that they can apply for their families and everything, is that only found in a certain type? Like, is it only in the New Testament, or should they focus strictly on the Old Testament?
It's in the Old and the New.
Okay.
And that's another thing that, they try to do away with.
Right.
But, all these situations whether it's stress, whether you're emotional, where, you got a lot of our young brothers and sisters with anger problems. They got lack of forgiveness, like they killing one another. That all goes right to the scriptures. You killing one another because you got too much damn anger in you. You got too much anger in you because you hate yourself when you look in the mirror. You know what I mean? You don't like nobody because you hate yourself. It's about self-hatred. So all these things go right back to the scriptures, but everybody's trying to go to somewhere else instead of bringing them right back to the knowledge of the Bible.
Right.
You know what I mean? So, like I said, once again, that's why we have to show them that they're here. They're in here. All the shows we did on the true image of the apostles, of the prophets, them being dark-skinned, them being Israelites, but also showing you that, look at the specifics we went over today. Like I said, I'll say it again. What nation is, what other nation is walking around with wigs on? Not just for, what other nation needs wigs? Excuse me.
Right.
because the Most High stripped them of their beauty. He stripped them of their hair. What you got?
I just had a comment on like what you were saying about the curses from either homosexuality or how they put the women up. Is that Judah, our people get so comfortable in it that it becomes a fad.
There we go.
So it's a fad to be a homosexual.
Yeah.
Now it's a fad to be ratchet.
Like
it's cool to be loud. It's cool to make a scene at Walmart. It's cool to just.
Yeah,
that does seem like what the media is trying to program us.
There you go.
That's what's cool now. That's what I see in the mall all day. That's what's in. To be terrible.
And we don't have to go with it. We can change all this. You know what I mean? But people, you don't gotta on a march get set go. You gotta believe in your spirit, and the Most High will strengthen you. And you gotta study. You gotta get in this book.
Right. So if we're gonna encourage them or discourage them from watching the TV, I mean, if you're gonna watch our show, fine. We're on YouTube, but stay away from those other programs.
Yeah.
That's what it seemed like the essence of this show is going to be about.
Right.
Is that we don't want our people being programmed by the television anymore.
Yeah.
To act those things out in the streets.
Right. Yeah.
And once again, we're live every Saturday, 8 to 9 p.m. You can catch us in class at 8524 South Braeswood Boulevard. That's in Houston. And we're also, all the information is going to pop up here on the screen.
Yeah.
And we're wrapping up now, so we're going to be getting out here and trying to get that word out to people live.
Yeah.
And with that, we're going to say shalom, which means peace in Hebrew.
Shalom.
Shalom.